people to do a full face of makeup. Some of them are new products and some of them are already staples. So let's get into it. I already gelled my brows off camera and I'm going to go in first with the Brow Sludge Box. This is a newer product to me. I've tried it already, but I haven't done a full face with all of these products, but I've tried it already and it's pretty cool. I'm going to show you guys what I use. So I've tried all of them just to see the colours, and I actually saw someone use them not just for your brows. So this is really good if you're very like creative and really good at like art when it comes to makeup as well. So I saw that she used them on her eyelids and used it kind of like paint as well on her face, but I'm just going to use it for my brows because I'm a bit of a simple girl. I've been playing around in Tiramisu, which is this one, and Pine Cone, which is this one. I think I'm going to go for Pine Cone just because I don't like my brows to be jet black, because I don't believe my hairs are jet black. So I'm going to go in with Pine Cone and it will give more, it still kind of looks black to me and it gives more of a bit of a natural brow. And it came with a brush as well, two brushes. I'm just kind of dipping it in the product and I'm using quite a light hand when I apply it to my brows because I like quite a natural looking brow. So yeah, I'm going to use quite a light hand. And if I feel like there's too much on the brush, I'm just wiping the excess off on the back of my hand, just filling in the gaps that look a bit sparse, very light-handed. Okay, next up, primer. This is the Blur primer. I've got it in the shade DBL1. I think that's the first deep shade. These are actually being discontinued, so I got it for £3. I've not properly tried it. Like, I've tried it just to kind of shade match because each one is based on your shade, which I guess maybe helps with coverage because obviously most primers don't have any like colour to it. So I'm guessing it just kind of helps with coverage, but I haven't properly tested it to see like how much I like it as a primer, so I'm going to do that now. So in terms of shade, this is a very good like neutral kind of shade that I would go for. Yeah, I'm going to use this brush to just pat it into the skin. Very glowy. I can definitely see that it is very blurring, which is really nice. And it actually does provide, like I said, some coverage. So I quite like that. I'm going to let that sit before I put the foundation on top of it, and I'm going to use the Balm concealer to go under my brows. I tend to not really use this, to be honest, but anyway, I use this. This is in the shade BB16. I believe this is also being discontinued, but I use this in the shade BB16, and I'm using it under my brows because it's my skin tone pretty much. I don't really want to highlight under my brows. So that's just adding a bit of definition without having to add any crazy like brightness. Okay, for complexion, I was deciding between these two. So I've had the Truth Tint for quite a long time. I would say this is very much nearer to my shade. I'm not very good at like picking the right shade when it comes to I'm not very good at picking the right shade when it comes to Made by Mitchell's stuff for some reason. I don't know why. But this one is almost pretty much my shade. It's just got an ever so slight tint of redness in it. Ever so slight, not terrible to be fair. So it's pretty much a shade match. This is TT16. And then I got the Build foundation because again, this is being discontinued as well. So I just thought, let me give it a try. However, I have tried the shade and it's very red on me. I'm gonna try it now anyway, and I did get the same in white. I only got this to use it as a, I guess a fixing pigment in a way to lighten any foundations that I currently have that are too dark. However, it's a very neutral foundation, so it neutralizes the foundations and kind of makes them look grey. So that hasn't really worked in keeping the same undertone and everything, but just lightening it. it's lightening it and it's making it grey at the same time. But I did test it with this and used the smallest amount, and it kind of neutralized it a bit. So I'm going to try that again today. So I'll show you guys. Very red on me. I don't know if you can see that on camera, but that is just very red orange. Yeah, I don't think that's my shade at all, but we're gonna make it work. I've got a neutralizer anyway, a blue pigment, so that can probably help out. Yeah, that's really red on me. That is really red. What a shame. This is in the shade DB3, so maybe I should try DB2 because I saw DB1 isn't available anymore. I don't think I'd want to go darker, just because of hyperpigmentation on my face. I then look too dark to the rest of my body, so I tend to want lighter. That is really red. But let's blend it out. Let's blend it out and then we will see about adding maybe some white pigment to it. Yeah, really red. Really red. I'm going to try the smallest dot of white just to see. Oh, that's bigger than I wanted it to be, because it really does neutralize it and make things grey. So I'm going to spread it onto both sides and see if that neutralizes anything. So I feel like it did in that small section, but you know what, I'm too scared to add too much of it. I don't want to keep trying, so I'm just going to go in with my normal like neutralizer that I use. This is a colour corrector by Sleep Makeup. I just found it at Boots, and it's actually been quite good at helping me to neutralise some foundations that I've got that are too dark. And it hasn't seemed to mess up the formula of whatever product it is I'm using as well. So yeah, I'm just gonna spread it around, pat that in. See, I can already see that that's neutralizing it. Could do with a little bit more, to be honest. But like, this is a good example of don't throw away your foundations if you think they're too dark, too light, too red, not red enough, whatever it may be. Just get a fixing pigment. Look at that compared to, yeah, that's too red for me. That was close. It's definitely very glowy. Very glowy. I'm gonna have to neaten that up again afterwards. Yeah, very glowy. It says buildable. I feel like I've got quite good coverage with this. I guess if you have skin that has a lot of scarring and things like that, at least you know you can build it up. I did have a lot of scarring. I still have scarring, but it's really improving, so I don't really need heavy foundation, which is quite nice. Okay, so that's the foundation. So far, I like it. It's very glowy, very dewy. So I'm glad I actually didn't go in with the Truth Tint, because that is extremely dewy. So that's not what I'm going for today. I'm going to move on to concealer. This is also a new product for me, and this is the Brighten concealer. I only got one shade. I have tested the shade and it does work for me, but I would also want another lighter shade that is just like to brighten more. That's more neutral. This is a bit warmer, but it worked quite nicely when I tried it, so let's give it a go today and just see how it kind of comes together with everything. I'm gonna go in here on both sides. I'm gonna add more to the outer corner in a bit, but let's not overdo it. But I'm gonna bronze first. That's in the shade MBR6. I'm going to now go in with the Curve Case. This is one of my staple products. As you can see, it's extremely dirty. It gets used. This is very beginner friendly, so I definitely recommend getting this if you're getting into makeup and you don't know where to start. It's got 4 blush shades and then 2 bronzer shades and 2 contour shades, and this one is in the shade Deep, Curve Case Deep. I'm going to go on just the sides here. Yeah, maybe I'll mix them actually. A little bit of red isn't gonna hurt anyone. So I'm just gonna go around the entire perimeter of my face. I think I'm gonna keep it not so red around the perimeter. I'll go with Shade and Laid. I'm just going to go under my, where I've just bronzed, and just do just a line here, and come back to that afterwards and blend that, just to give a bit more. I'm normally very much with the pinks, but I think I'm going to try like a more of a sunset-ish kind of vibe today. So I'm going to just have that here. I'm just kind of layering the two. I'm going to stop there. I like to put a bit of spray on my brush before I start blending it out, and I did get the Liquid Lock setting spray. This is new to me as well. I've used it I think once in my makeup, and I felt like my makeup did look really smooth in the day, so it is quite nice for that. And it doesn't, I think from what I remember, it doesn't mess up the finish of your makeup. So I'm just going to do very light taps. Yeah, I'm finding I can't really drag it much. I have to just tap. But yeah, I think this is quite a nice shade that makes me look awake. Oops. And then I'm just going to keep it there. I'm not going to add anything. I mean, I'm not going to move it around, I'm just keeping it there to just add a bit more definition. I am just going to use a sponge to just get rid of any excess product, smooth everything out before I go in and set it. So I'm just going to go under my eyes and just do it lightly because I don't want to get rid of anything. I don't have a loose powder from Made by Mitchell, so I'm just going to use what I normally use. I'm now going to go in with my Curve Case Pressed. This is another staple of mine that I've had and been using for a while, and it's exactly all the same shades but in the pressed version so that you can set everything. So I'm going to go in with the shades that I used before and just set all of that bronzer, and it did come with a brush as well. This is the MF27 brush. Just going to set all of that. That's just lovely. How absolutely lovely. So that is looking, I don't know if it is on camera, but it's looking quite warm and red. I'm not sure if that's what I want to do today, so I'm going to go in with a contour one, blend and snatch, and just make that a little less red. That's really pretty. I didn't add anything here, but I'm just gonna, just on the corner there, just add a little bit, just to really warm those corners and snatch me in a little bit. And yeah, I'm just gonna go back again, but just with the shade, just to diffuse a little bit of the redness, especially on the forehead. I'm going to top up on the blush. Oh, I can see there that it's a bit much near. I'm just going to go with the orange. Hopefully that will diffuse it a little bit. That's very strong. Yeah. And then just my eyelids, I'm not going to do anything crazy. I'm just going to go in with the same pressed curve case. And I think I'm going to use Chocolate Charm since I'm doing more of a ready kind of look. And just use that on my eyelids just to warm them up a little bit. I'm kind of tempted to add a little bit of the red blush. Kind of do a transition thing. Let's see if it works. In the corner there. So creams are all set with powders. I'm now going to use the Liquid Lock setting spray to set everything. Okay, so that's everything set, it's dried down. I feel like that gives quite a, I was going to say glowy finish. Yeah, it gives a bit of a glowy finish. Or maybe I would say it probably just kind of enhances whatever's going on underneath. So a lot of these products are very glowy, dewy kind of products, and it's kind of maintaining that. It hasn't added, so it hasn't added any additional glow that wasn't there before. It's just kind of set everything in place as it was. So yeah, this is a very dewy, glowy kind of look. I'm now going to go in with another product that is new to me, which is the Eyelights palette, and I got the one Sunlight. This has the shades Solar, Luster, Blaze and Ray in it, and I'm going to use that to just brighten certain areas. Before I brighten my inner corner, I'm going to actually use a powder puff, and I'm going to go in with, I think I'm going to go in with the brightest one, which is Solar. Hopefully it's not too dramatic for me, but I'm just going to go on the edges of the powder puff, and I like to define that part that I did there. So I'm just going to literally tap that onto, not the battery dying, anyway. I am going to go in on the edge and just define that part that I did earlier, literally just there, just so that that part is still evident. Yes, that's what we like. Yeah, so I like there to be a separation between my eyes, and even if it's all the same, at least I don't know, I just feel like it's just nice. I like it. I like it. Oh, what's that getting stuck? Yeah. So that was quite nice. That's in the shade, that's in the shade Solar. I'm just gonna brush away the excess there. But you want to keep most of it, just that excess underneath. Yes, we like that. We love that actually. I've used that just to define that part, and I think I'm going to use the same shade for my inner corner. So again, going in with Solar, I'm going to do light taps just in case it ends up looking scary on me. I'm going to just tap on the inner corner of my eye. I don't know how dramatic that looks on camera, but that is adding that brightness that we need. Yeah, that's pretty. That's really pretty. Okay, I'm gonna attempt, big on attempt, to use my curve case to make a lip combo. I've never tried this and I'm a bit scared of what it's gonna look like. If it's rubbish, I'm wiping it right off, but let's give it a go. I don't know if I should keep the red theme. I don't know if I want to put that red on my lip or that orangey red. I'd like to attempt a sunset kind of look. Let's give it a go. Okay, I'm going in with, where's the SPF first? If it looks crazy, just wait, just trust the process, just wait. So, ooh, I'm gonna just go along the corners. Yeah, I could be onto something. Let's see. Okay, I'm not sure how I feel yet. Okay. 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 Kind of impressed with that lip. What a cutesy lip. I'm gonna come back once my lashes are done. I forgot one more product. I don't know if I want to add it because I've literally set everything and I don't want to make a mess, but the Comet Case, it's a highlighter case. Really, really cute. I'm still trying to figure out how to use it because when I've tried applying it before, it doesn't spread. I don't know if that makes any sense. I guess I could give it a go now. What shade is going to make sense? Because I don't want to mess up what I've done. Let's go with more of like a brownish kind of shade. I'm gonna go in with Penny from Heaven and put it on the back of my hand and just maybe work it into the brush. I don't know if that's the way that you're supposed to do it. I'm gonna be so careful and just lightly tap. I don't know if that's making it. Okay, I can see something, I think. And just lightly tap it because I don't want to mess up anything. Okay, yes, something's happening. Okay. So yeah, I'm just lightly tapping it and ooh, that's really pretty. I like that. So this one was Penny from Heaven. And just tapping it. Oh yes, how absolutely gorgeous. Wow, that's fantastic, that is. That is really, really pretty. This is cute. This is really, really cute. Wow, an entire face made by Mitchell. Are you kidding me? I'm going to put some lashes on and then I'm going to come back and show the finished look. Okay, so I've added lashes and this is the finished look. I really like it. I think it looks summery, it looks dewy, it looks glowy, but not wet. I don't like that wet dewy look. So this is my full face of Made by Mitchell products, bar a few things, but the majority of it is Made by Mitchell. I really, really like it. It looks really cute. Yeah.